Let's talk about the Fantastic Four, the First Steps trailer we got today. So, of course, it's one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year, of the summer, and we finally got our first look at the first family. So, this trailer really lets us know that it is going to be in a different universe of sorts, not just a different time, a retro-futuristic 60s vibe here going. Matt Shakman is directing this, who did, of course, WandaVision, one of my favorite projects that Marvel has released. You also have Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Evan Moss-Bachrach starring in this. Ralph Ineson, Julia Garner, John Malkovich, Natasha Lyonne, Paul Walter Hauser, and Sarah Niles. Now, this is one of those movies that I've just been anticipating since it first got announced. I love the Fantastic Four. I love the vibes and everything they always go for. And this latest trailer really lets me know that they're doing it right. So let's get into it, everything we saw, and what exactly this movie is going to be. So one of the first things we notice, of course, is that it has that Jetsons vibes going for it, where it's the past, but still very futuristic. There's a ton of gadgets in their home, and we also get to see the Thing as the Thing, which I was very excited to see this design. Kind of gives that vibe of what we get in the comics and the old cartoons and things like that, which I really loved. I thought the Fantastic Four movie previous to this did a good job with its design as well, but I really love when they go back to sort of the basics of it all, right? If you know what I mean. We get to see Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic as well, also Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, and I would say that the only one we don't really get to see his power is, of course, Mr. Fantastic, but we do see Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, being ignited into fire. And this trailer looks like it's really going to explore how they feel after everything, and also show the past, as we see that they were astronauts, of course, and all of this happened on an expedition that they had where they got these powers, and we see them dealing with it all, especially Ben Grimm, who now has become the Thing and feels a little bit sort of like, I got the short end of the stick because I have this power, but I can't hide it like the rest can, right? I think in this Fantastic Four, we see that they become sort of like celebrities of sorts, where we even see kids donning the mask, the costumes of the Fantastic Four, and it seems that they are sort of like the heroes of this world only. And I'm curious to see how they will end up in the MCU we know today, of course, because this is a whole different universe. Now, one of the things that people mentioned is that Mole Man could be appearing in this new movie, and I wonder if right here this is Mole Man or not. It could definitely be so, but we'll definitely see what happens with that. Now, we get a first look at Galactus as well. As you can see him here next to the Statue of Liberty, and apparently that is going to be like the big bad of the film. So that's going to be interesting to see how they come back Galactus. As we know, Silver Surfer is in this movie. Of course, Julia Garner will be playing the character of Silver Surfer, but she's playing the character Shala Ba, who in the comics is actually like the lover of the Silver Surfer. So I'm curious how that sort of will be worked around, that now she has become the Silver Surfer, who is a herald for Galactus. So she's there to warn them Galactus is coming, and that's what it is. And Galactus, of course, is coming to consume the planet and its life force. Now, a big question I have here is, where does Doctor Doom fit into all of this? So as we know, Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Doctor Doom, and it makes more sense now that it's going to be a Doctor Doom from another universe. So our MCU doesn't have a Doctor Doom in its universe. It's going to actually be the Doctor Doom from the universe of the Fantastic Four. That's why it can be Robert Downey Jr. So this Robert Downey Jr. was never Iron Man. This has been Doctor Doom the whole time, which I'm curious how they're going to really balance that out when it comes to the general audience, but we'll see what they do, right? We'll see what they do. So we do have the new Captain America movie coming out in about a week or two, and that's going to be where I think they really start to lay the groundwork and foundation for what exactly they're going to do with the Fantastic Four, as that is the next release after. And I think it's so fascinating the way the MCU is trying to build this world out now leading into Doomsday and Secret Wars, because I feel like we could definitely have this Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom be sort of like pissed at the Fantastic Four for not doing enough to stop Galactus, and that's why he maybe follows them into the other universe, and then we see them all get taken, and now we know that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom may be wanting to protect this world from Galactus, so that's why he is going to try and rule over it, so he can sort of put the things in place so that nothing like this will ever happen to another world that he inhabits. So you could kind of see that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom could be portrayed as a person that's just going to do whatever it takes to protect the world, even if that means using brute force or whatever it may have you, right? So I think that's going to set up a very interesting parallel between the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom and the Avengers, that they're all trying to save the world, but they're going to do it by different means. And maybe Doctor Doom's may seem a little bit too harsh, but he's just going to do whatever it takes to really get things like in check. So that's going to be interesting if that's the way they do play. Like I said, I don't know. We could very well not see Doctor Doom be in this movie maybe until the after credits, or maybe just mention, right? We don't know, but I really feel you have to present Doctor Doom in this movie at some capacity, especially we're getting close to Doomsday and Secret Wars. So that's the thing right there. Other than that, I think this trailer did a good job at really showcasing the Fantastic Four, their sort of chemistry with one another, trying to give a little tidbits about their past and just how they function as a group, as a family, all leading up until the film releases, which is going to be this summer. Not really giving much away either. I really love how they're keeping Galactus under wraps, maybe until the reveal of the film. We still have yet to hear the voice, which I think is just going to be insane because Ineson has such a booming voice. So I'm very excited to see once that comes out. But let me know what you think about the Fantastic Four first steps. What do you think about this new trailer? Are you excited for this movie or not? Did you enjoy WandaVision? Comment it down below. It's going to have probably the same vibes here and there that one did. And I'm also curious about this to ask you. Do you think that Doctor Doom will appear in this movie as a villain, or do you think that it's just going to be saved for a post-credit scene and that's all we're going to get of Doctor Doom? Sort of like how they did Thanos in the first Avengers movie, right? Where they just sort of teased that Thanos was coming. They could very well just do that, but I just don't see that being a possibility. I think they have to get people to understand Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom because he comes from this universe, and so people have some time to marinate on that, right? I think that's how it's going to play out, but we'll see. Comment below your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you follow us for the things you love. We got some more videos coming your way talking about horror movies and all the things you love in pop culture. So if you're into that, make sure you follow us. Make sure you check out our website, www.cultureelixir.com, as well as our Instagram and our TikTok. And I'll see all of you next time. Let's get to 40,000 subscribers. We're about to hit 37,000, less than 50 to go for that. Hopefully we can get to that before the weekend. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive, y'all.